Wait! I should warn you before you step inside the house. This could change the course of your entire life.
I'm not afraid of a couple ghosts.
Haunted Mansion wasn't really a movie I was looking forward to, yet I ended up liking it a lot. And it does a great job at taking live action and making it look cartoony. A lot better than other adaptations that try to do so. The best part about the movie has to be the balance between emotional tones and the comedy itself. With this being said, critics don't seem to be the biggest fans of this movie, and audience members tend to really enjoy it. And I'm here to shed some light on both views and give a little bit of a middle ground. Despite what you might think about the comedy, I appreciate that it's consistent nonetheless.
People used to eat here.
Told you she's good. It's a dining room.
Now, the first real thing the critics actually don't like about the movie has to deal with the character development, and a lot of side characters are in this movie. We're introduced to people with different problems, and we never really see them have to face these problems. We're introduced to them, we're explained by them, and yet they conquer them in the third act, kind of weakening the third act as a whole. It's kind of like watching The Wizard of Oz and the Scarecrow saying, "I have no brains," and we skip the part where he makes all the plans and just go straight to the wizard being like, "No, you've had brains this whole time." Coincide this with relationships that were built up throughout the movie, they just kind of fall flat in the third act due to, well, I would have to say it's congested with world building and also the mystery that has to be solved. And I feel kind of like a broken record because I've talked about this in other films, but Haunted Mansion does this differently. This leads me to my next point, which is why the audience, including myself, actually enjoyed the film. The plot, Ben Mathias, and the whole cast and crew are reasons alone to go buy tickets to this movie. Even with the inconsistencies of the side characters, the movie does a great job, like with the comedy, staying consistent in how it tells its story. With the hijinks and the mysteries that need to be unraveled, I like seeing the abnormal acceptance of this is our new norm. It brought a real fun and lighthearted tone to the movie as a whole. The ghosts look cartoony with their CGI, which fit well in this family film and gave a complimentary look to the theme park aspect of the mansion. Ben, our cranky protagonist who needs a new outlook on life, it does a great job at bringing emotional value to the movie. I really have to give it to Lakeith Stanfield. He brings in his awe and he looks like he's having a ton of fun with the rest of the cast. Everyone here looks like they're having fun in what they're doing, and it is very infectious. Now I gotta go into spoilers, so you've been warned. So, long story short, there's a warlock who likes to kill people. He himself ends up dying, so he continues killing people as a ghost. And in order to continue killing people outside of the mansion, he needs to kill a certain number of people. Sounds simple enough? Okay, good. I hinted earlier how the plot really carries the movie, and it's really how the exposure of information gets given to the audience. As our characters are gaining new pieces of the puzzle, we or the audience are given the answers first. This not only gives us time to process the information given to us, because there can be a lot, but also makes the movie feel more engaging and interactive. To strengthen this type of storytelling, the movie has a lot of foreshadowing. Nothing gets left alone. Anything mentioned early on in the movie gets a callback later on. This repetition works in tandem in helping us clue us in about the plot, but also the characters. In the past, I've complained a lot about how movies tell us what's happening or how people are feeling without showing us. And this movie kind of does the same thing. However, it's always making sure to show the audience first and then give its exposition. For example, we know Travis gets bullied. We see Harriet is annoyed with her lack of abilities. We know something is up with Father Kent and he isn't all what he says he is. And even though we are eventually given exposition of those moments that we see, whether it be 1 minute, 5 minutes, or 1 hour into the movie, the story never wavers. It stays consistent and coherent, and you are able to follow along the entire time. Overall, even if not all the characters had their time to shine, the cast themselves gave it their best and looked like they had a lot of fun doing so, which is very infectious. On top of a plot that is consistent and coherent and true to itself, is why I gotta give Haunted Mansion a 7.5 out of 10. Until next time, play nice. Hey, I'm Mario. I like playing video games, watching movies, and Dungeons and Dragons. If you keep getting me in your suggested videos, or you're watching this video right here, consider subscribing. It goes a long way. Thank you.